Building a coaching business is probably one of the heaviest marketed opportunity in the internet right now. Open Instagram, open YouTube, open literally any platform, and you'll find someone telling you,
just monetize your expertise. You already have everything that you need to start a successful business.
and you'll see coaches showing off luxurious cars and vacations. They create such content indicating that this is what building a successful coaching business can do for your life. And look, I'm not saying that all of it is fake. What I'm saying is that actually is a very carefully curated content. And it has nothing to do with what actually building a coaching business looks like in reality. Okay, under say it is a very different story. In the last 6 years, I have worked with 150 plus coaches in multiple different industries. And the strategies that I have built for my clients have generated more than 35 crores in cumulative revenue. And in all those years, any coach who has genuinely built something very profitable has not done it by simply sipping coconut water in the beach. Every single one of them did something that nobody in the internet wants to talk about. They did the boring work every single day without fail. And in this video, I'm going to tell you 6 boring activities that you need to do if you want to build a profitable coaching business. These activities may not look that glamorous, but are absolutely necessary if you want to run a successful coaching business. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it. Activity number 1. Advertise daily. Let me tell you something about how my mornings work. Every single day for the first 4 to 5 hours, there is only one single question that is running on my head. How can I promote my coaching business even better today? My team knows this, my family knows this, and even my client knows this. If you try to reach me on the first half of working day, you will not be able to. That entire time every day is blocked. No calls, no messages, no meetings, nothing. Just me creating content, writing ads, thinking of new strategies to get my message in front of more and more people. And I don't do this for some few weeks of a month. I do this every single day, consistently, year after year. Because here's the boring truth that nobody wants to accept. Your business grow in direct proportions to the amount of people who know you exist. That is it. That is the whole game. And the only way people know that you exist is if you tell them. You need to tell them repeatedly every single day until they either buy from you or they decide that you are not the right fit for them. Now, when I say advertise daily, I'm not talking about running Facebook ads or Google ads. I'm talking about every single activity that signals the market that you exist and you can solve their problems. So you need to create contents, write ad scripts, do A/B changes in the landing page, all of it. And you need to do this every single day for a certain amount of time. Now, the problem is most coaches only work on the marketing related activities when they do not have clients. And once they get some client, their focus shifts from marketing to delivery. They don't focus on building a pipeline of warm leads that generates revenue every single month consistently for their coaching business. And you can easily beat them by doing this simple, boring activity every single day. You show up, you do the work, and you put your message in front of the right people. And you do this every single day without any exception. Now let's move ahead to activity number 2, that is lead management and follow-ups. Now let me tell you a small story about a client that we recently onboarded. During the onboarding call, I asked her, you didn't know much about us a day before. So what made you take the decision of investing in K3 so fast? And this is what she said. Himanshu, actually I was supposed to go with someone else. But then I saw your ad and decided that let me just check it out. And the moment I booked the call, I immediately got a message from you. Then I got a reminder message and a follow-up message, and I was immediately get on a call with your co-founder Nida. And even after the call ended, I had a lot of questions. And every single time your appointment setter responded it within 5 to 10 minutes. And that other person that I was supposed to invest with, he kept rescheduling calls. He didn't even follow up. He didn't even bother reaching out twice. And that was someone who was recommended to me by my friend. And that's why I ended up going with K3. Let that sink in for a second. She had a personal recommendation for other person. A warm referral, but she still chose us. Not because the program was cheaper, not because we had like tons and tons of followers, or not because we did something fancy. The only thing was we were fast. We have this one non-negotiable rule in our company. Every single lead that comes into our company should be handled within 10 minutes. Not 10 hours, not by the end of the day. 10 minutes. Because here's something that I've learned after spending 6 years in this industry. People who have money, they value speed more than they value cheap. Listen to this again. People want fast more than they want free. The moment someone sees your ads, reads your content, or watches your webinar, they are at the peak level of their interest. That is the exact moment they are most likely to take action. If you wait 10 hours to respond, that window is gone. They have moved on. They may have found someone else, or simply they just have talked themselves out of it. So if your lead follow-up process is weak, fix it. Set up systems, use a CRM, put notification alerts on your phone. Make it impossible for a lead to go cold before even talking to them. Is it boring? Absolutely. But this one simple boring thing, if you implement it properly and consistently, can increase the revenue of your business by up to 50%. Yeah, you can make 50% more money than you were previously making just by being a little faster than everyone else. Let's move ahead to the next activity, which is activity number 3, customer support. Go check our testimonials right now. Seriously, any of them, doesn't matter which one, go check them. I can tell with 100% confidence that you will find this one thing in every single one of them. Yes, they talk about results and revenue growth and business transformation, but that one thing that comes up again and again, more than any strategy or more than any framework, is support. The speed, the responsiveness, the fact that whenever they had problems, someone was there. And this at K3, it didn't happen by accident. The same rule that governs how we handle leads, 10 minutes, it is the same rule that governs how we handle existing clients. Our sales team owns the lead and our customer success team owns the client. But the standards are identical across both. Because here is something that most coaches completely miss. Getting the client is just the beginning. I have spoken to so many coaches who are obsessed with getting the next client that they completely ignore the ones who have already paid them. And I have heard so many horror stories from the other side. Coaches who are absolutely brilliant during the sales calls, who promised the world to them and disappeared the moment payment went through. The energy you bring to someone before they pay you, that same energy needs to show up after they pay you. Because think about it, lead generation brings you client, but good customer support also brings you client. The difference is, a good customer support brings you client that does not require any ad spend. It comes in the form of referral. A happy client who felt genuinely supported does not require any push to refer someone. They do it naturally because they want people that they care have the same experience that they had. And a client who felt ignored after paying, they don't just quietly leave, they talk. So if you want to build a coaching business that grows constantly without burning money on ads, obsess over what happens after the sale just as much as you obsess over the sale itself. Is building systems and support teams that can respond within 10 minutes boring? Absolutely, but these boring systems are the ones that actually build loyal clients. And the loyal clients, they build referral pipelines. And referral pipelines build businesses that don't depend on paid ads to survive. Now let's move ahead to activity number 4, which is product refinement. Let me tell you about our core product at K3. At the time of recording this video, it is currently at its version 6. Version 1 is something that I built back in 2024. And since then, hundreds of coaches have gone through the same transformation. Now let me tell you the fundamental structure of our current program. We have divided the entire client journey into 2 phases, foundation and execution. First, we work on foundation. We develop a hypothesis around right market, right offer, and right messaging. And then we execute on those hypotheses. Because it's execution that actually gets the result, not the plan. But here's where our product refinement story gets interesting. In the version 1 of our program, the foundation phase used to take around 2 months. Yes, 2 months just to get to the point where we can start executing. And then after version 2, 3, 4, and 5, and after going through the cycle of execution and refinement, we are now today at version 6. And in the version 6 that is live today, the foundation work that used to take 2 months is now being executed in less than 20 days. 20 days down from 2 months, which means the remaining duration of the program is entirely focused on execution. And that's why our result portfolio looks the way it does. See, most coaches don't even bother looking back at the product after they create it once. But first version of everything has a lot of gaps. accept it. And I get it, you are not going to be feeling excited when you are working on the module 3 of your program, but here's what happens when you do it anyway. Your clients get results faster, and faster results create better testimonials. Better testimonials make your sales call easier. Easier sales call means more clients, and more client means more data to refine the product further. It is a compounding loop, and it starts with boring, unglamorous work of making your product better day by day by day. Is it boring? Yes, but it is one of the highest leverage activity that you can do in your business without a question. Let's now move ahead to the activity number 5, which is systems and standard operating procedures. Now here's one rule that I follow in my business, and if you implement this one rule, then it will save you a tremendous amount of time, money and mental energy. And the rule is, if you have done something more than 3 times, systemize it. Let me explain. If you do any activity more than 3 times, then it's no longer a one-off task. It's a recurring process, and recurring processes need systems. Systems actually remove human error. Systems creates consistency, and as I keep saying, consistency is what in turn create results. But a lot of coaches think that standard operating procedures are for big organizations. They are there for companies with hundreds and hundreds of employees, and that's why they are running their entire business on their own head. Every decision, every outcome, every process, everything in their business flows through them. But let me tell you, that is not a business. That is just a job with few extra steps, and that too a very exhausting one. So start documenting everything. How do you onboard a client? How do you deliver sessions? How do you handle cancellation? How do you process payment? How do you even respond to a support query? Every single recurring task should turn from person dependent to system dependent, because here is the goal. Ultimately, you want to build a business that runs and delivers the same kind of transformation to your client with or without you. And the only way to do that is through boring, unglamorous documentation of the work that you do. Nobody is going to congratulate you for it, but you are going to do it anyway. Let's move ahead to activity number 6, that is data analysis. In any professional field, the person who gets paid the most is the person who made the right decisions. A doctor gets paid well because they looked at the right symptoms and give the right consultation. A lawyer gets paid well when they look at the legal situation and make the right call. Similarly, in a business, the quality of decisions that you make as a founder is responsible for your success. As simple as that. Now here's the question. How do you actually make better decisions? You look at the data. No matter what is happening in my business, no matter how busy things get, or no matter how much any task needs my attention, I do not make a single significant decision without looking at the numbers. No gut feeling, no intuition, no what I feel like this will work, just the actual numbers. And to make sure that I have the data always available with me, I have installed the systems and the AI tools in place that collect the right data. They collect it from various ad campaigns, various customer success activities, a lot of things in from my business. All of it gets collected and all of it gets analyzed every single freaking day. Now again, I'm not going to pretend that it is an exciting work. Staring at a Google sheet full of numbers is actually one of the most boring activities that I do on a daily basis for my business. But I do it because numbers don't lie. You can make bad decisions based on your assumptions and your feelings, but rarely you will make a bad decision based on numbers. So set up your dashboards, track your numbers, review them every single day to figure out the levers that you need to pull to push your business forward. Boring? Yes, but the right data analysis is the activity that separates successful coaching businesses from the unsuccessful ones. Now let me share with you some bonus activities as well. There are 3 more activities I would like to add to the original list of 6 activities to make it a total 9. Those 3 are talent acquisition and management, financial and legal infrastructure, and research and development. So let's go through them one by one. First, talent acquisition and management. The truth about talent acquisition for a coaching business is a good talent will always prefer a free internship in a big company like Apple or Google than working for a coach. And you just have to accept it. There is no other choice. But if you are able to provide a lifestyle based culture to your employees, then they will always prefer a better workplace culture over compensation. And before you imagine ping pong table and snacks, that is not what I meant when I said about culture. Culture actually means clarity. It means growth. It means when your team wakes up and comes to the workplace, they know why they are working and why their work matters the most. A lot of businesses, they just hand them the laptop and then they expect them to do the entire work. There is no training, there is no proper, development and growth path. And what happens 3 months later when they hired someone? They leave. And the coach is back to doing everything all alone, all by themselves. And then they wondered why it is so hard to find good employees. But the truth is, employees were never the problem. It was the culture. That was the problem. So, you need to build right training programs. You need to invest in their career growth. You need to create a sport culture where each team member has its role that has a meaning. Just think about how you can give them reason to stay beyond the salary. Yes, it is a boring HR work, but boring HR works are the things that build teams that stay. And team that stay is the reason for consistency, and the consistency is the reason for results. The next thing is having legal and financial infrastructure in place. This is by far the least glamorous section of the video, and this is also one of those sections that most people will try to skip unless you desperately need that and can't escape. See, you need to have the contracts in place that protects you. You need to have accounting system in place that tracks every single rupee that is coming into your business, and you need legal structures in place to shield your business from the things you never saw coming. At K3, we have trusted legal and financial consultants that we pay every single year. And let me tell you honestly, it's not a small amount, but I pay them without hesitation every single time. Because here's what I learned, that at this stage, you will never need a full-time lawyer or a full-time financial consultant on a payroll, but you absolutely need trusted individuals in all these areas, someone you can trust when some situation acquires and you need some sort of consultant. And trust me, whatever the fee they ask for it, just pay it, because the cost of not having a good legal or financial advice is too high a price. Let's move ahead to the next and the final activity that I want to discuss in this video is research and development. The world is moving super fast right now, and I'm not using fast as a figure of speech. Let me give you my own example. Not very long ago, AI automation was a very big deal. Everyone was talking about it, and I invested a significant amount of time and money and resources to learn this tool called N8N. I understood it and I used it to automate different parts of my business, but within few months the landscape shifted immediately because everything is much easier and comfortable in Claude Code. This is how fast the things are moving. You either evolve with the changes or you become irrelevant. Those are generally the two options. So dedicate time every single week for research and development purposes, because coaches who survive the long game are the ones who adapt. So there you have it. No Lamborghinis, no reels in the beaches, no make money while you say bullshit. Just the real unglamorous activities that you need to do to build a real and profitable coaching business. Advertise every day, follow up with your leads within 10 minutes, support client as if they matter the most in your business, refine your product relentlessly, build systems so that everything does not depend on you, make decisions based on data, not on feelings, hire and manage your talent properly, protect yourself financially and legally, staying close to whatever is changing in the world so that you can adapt before your competitors do. None of this is exciting and all of it works. So now you have two choices: be bored and build something real, or try to stay excited and stay broke. Pick one. And if you are a coach who is ready to build, grow and scale your coaching business and want our help with it, then you can book a call by clicking the link in the description. In the call, we'll together figure out what exactly your business needs at this moment. So click the link below, book the call, and I'll see you in the next video.